Only before 10 o'clock at 9:47 a.m., the Los Angeles County Fire Department received a 911 call of a potential helicopter down
Months
in a
ago,
brush.
the whole world was almost like at a standstill, right? When we learned that the life of someone that a lot of people, especially like NBA fans, um, somebody who people looked up to, somebody who people looked at as a legend, that life was taken away. Um, and not only was he Kobe Bryant uh, killed in a tragic way, but the lives of many others who were on a helicopter, um, including his daughter, were taken away in a matter of an instant, right? Like it was quick, it just happened, and the world was at a standstill. Um, it was almost as if it affected everybody. I mean, everywhere you turn, TV, social media, just everywhere. The story was that, and everybody was almost like taken aback and taken to a point in their life or in their minds where all they could think about was how important it was to spend time with their family and their loved ones, right? And all you saw on social media and all people were talking about was how important it was for them to spend time with their family because you just never know. You never know when it's your time to go, right? And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how famous, how much money you have, how much fame, how much success. Like those things don't matter when it's your time is your time. And it was crazy. But what was even crazier to me was how quick we went back to the norm. How quick that conversation was not had anymore. And it was crazy and it was sad and it was confusing to me. And I couldn't understand how we could just not how can we just think about this and then all of a sudden not think about it anymore, right? Then almost 5 weeks to the day that happened, we get the news of the first verified death in the United States that was said to have been caused by coronavirus. Almost 5 weeks to the day.
The first case of the deadly Chinese coronavirus making its way to the U.S. A Washington state man testing positive for the deadly virus.
And all of a sudden, the world again is at a standstill. But this time it's a lot more serious, right? Because now we're really at a standstill. Now we're really in a place where we're being quarantined. We have to stay home, and a lot of the things that we want to do, we can't do anymore. And those things that we thought brought us happiness and pleasure, and we value so much, we just don't have anymore. But those things that we didn't think we should value enough, or that we just didn't value enough for whatever reason, now all of a sudden have more value. Things like spending time with our family, spending time at home, doing things around the house, really figuring out if relationships that you had really mean something, really thinking about that we can't be around our loved ones and hug them and touch them and be with them. Like all of a sudden that stuff became real. And that happened 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago today, we were told the news, and now we're in this place where, again, it's crazy to me because now we really have to think and we really have to look at life and really figure out, wow, like all those things that I thought were important, they really weren't important. So what now, right? And so I say all that just to say, a lot of people always say, this, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. This is the second time this year that we've been brought to this place where we're made to be to have gratitude for our life, to be kind, to be empathetic to others, and to understand that life is much more than what we make it out to be, and that those things that we worry about so much don't really matter as much as other things that do matter and we don't really think about or talk about. And so my question to you is, what is it going to take for you to understand that the life you're living is not the life you should be living, and that you need to start waking up and doing things differently, because this only comes around once, and that this is the second time that it's been put in front of us this year? That those things you were thinking about in December and January that you were going to do this year, those plans are now altered. And now you have to think about this. And so what are you thinking about? How are you looking at this? What are you doing differently? What are you doing moving forward? What's happening in your mind? Listen, I made this video because what I really want you to think about is the fact that It is obvious that the universe is telling us something. It is obvious that God is telling us something. It is obvious that we're being screamed at right now. And that a lot of those things, again, that you thought were important are not really important. And that everything that you really need is not out in the world, it really isn't here. And so with this video, my message to you is start looking within. Start looking to be inspired. Start spending time with yourself and figuring out who you are. Self-awareness, self-love, these things are so important. And with this video, I want you to realize that this is the second time this year in a matter of 10 weeks that we've been reminded of the same thing. We have to start looking within. The things of the world, the things of the outside, the motivation, that stuff goes away. The things of the inside, the things of the spirit, the things of your faith, those things stay in. And so stop looking to be motivated by the world and start looking to be inspired by you. You are what you need to move forward. Take this time. You have it now. There's no excuse. Start to look within. Start to figure out who you are. Start to understand who you are. Start to really love yourself and teach our youth that and move forward that way. And when you find yourself in a tough place, you won't have to look anywhere else but within. And you'll find it again. Guys, please take this time, use it wisely. Stop overvaluing things that don't matter and start to value the things that matter, especially you, yourself, what's important to you. Please understand that success is not money. Success is happiness. And understand that happiness and joy should be put on a pedestal and everything else should be in a back burner. Guys, take it easy. Don't forget, be transcendent.